I've got a couple of quick questions I'd like to ask our guests, if I can, just to wrap things up. Clash, if I can start with you, we'll go down the line again. 5G, commercial 5G is just around the corner, at least in its first iteration, first phase, 2020. It's, what, 18 months away or so. What does this new, more open infrastructure need to look like if CSPs are going to be ready for 5G?
Well, I think we need to start with 4G. If we look at the success of 5G, it will be based on the business, the new business that gets created. And for the most part, there's very little that can be done with 5G that you can't start to offer as early services on a 4G network. And then when 5G comes along, it gives the carriers additional competitive advantage. If we build the networks first and then start thinking about the services, it's too late, because there are other people out there that are really, really good at innovating on top of those transport networks. So I think the 5G network should look a bit like the 4G networks once the 5G lands, as a real industrial implementation in that sense. The services should be there already, just not as good as they'll be with 5G.
Ansel?
Yeah, I think it's. I wouldn't really agree with that. I'd say it's more of a tiered approach than any other standard. And we've always had waves of standards coming into any new technology. But in this case, it's very different, because you got the current version, the release 15, which is based about enhanced mobile broadband. That is the traditional, cake of the operators, and that will move ahead. That will be launched. That will carry on going. But it's not a revolution.
This is new radio, really.
New radio, and then there's a new core coming in as well, eventually. But so I think what in terms of the open networking side, it's really coming from the release 16, which is going to be standardized by the end of the next year. Which means that's why the early hype has been good, because we have that time now. We got a lot of focus. We have a lot of people who are interested. We can actually work out the issues of the next year, so that standard is damn good. And that standard is the part that I was saying the ETSI has defined to be open to all these use cases, and that's pure openness. It's standard as a service, basically, which is incredible for our industry. So that's the big opportunity. Let's work on that URLLC standard for release 16. Let's all get involved with the trials. Let's work out how we monetize it. And the only way you can do that is with real field trials, and that should be the focus, I think, for the next year.
Caroline?
I just build on what Mansour said. We need to make 5G a platform, a more service-centric platform. We need to publish our API and adopt agility. I just know that telco did not invent Pokemon Go. Somebody else did, okay? It's not us. We had to attract developers. That's a huge thing. I've been working on edge compute, it seems, years. And it's the same crowd of developers showed up, which is the telco crowd developers. Just frustrates me. We actually, along with AT&T, has an event, and it's the same crowd. We got to attract the people who did Pokemon Go. What's a killer app? People can say, oh, what's a killer? What's a killer? Well, killer app is not going to happen if we keep going this way we do. We have to do this, publish our API, attract the kids that are writing application today. I mean, I'm really talking about kids. Not this crowd.
Oh, Mustafa, you've got to follow Caroline. I'm very sorry about that, but Mustafa.
I mean, in terms of 5G monetization, I think the enhanced mobile broadband will be like a continuation of 4G. Fixed wireless access has a viable plan. These are all B2C plans. The ultra-reliable, low-latency network and massive machine type is the B2B. So telcos has to talk with BMW, for example, right? And telcos' reliability mindset and BMW's reliability mindset is different. We need to get expertise, and we need to share the SLAs so that we can make it work. Otherwise, there will be showstoppers in the B2B plans.
Jason?
I think for me, where traditional telcos have failed, to Caroline's point, is we don't know all of the use cases that will come.
That's right.
And I think the challenge is we sit down and we brainstorm, this is what they want. And guys go, how do I monetize that? Or this is what I want. But I think, building on everything the panel has said so far, is that we should just be ready, if it is the next Pokemon Go, that we're not caught catching up. And it should be Pokemon Go on our platform, such that we attract customers. Because if I want to play Pokemon Go, I need to go to this. And I think that's what it needs to be. And that's where the competition. And if you look historically, telcos suffer with OTT providers, whether it's Netflix, whether any of the over-the-top providers. They struggle because basically They got all the revenue with no infrastructure cost deployment. And the telcos bled that. I think now is the opportunity with 5G to reset that.
Final quick question from all of you. We'll come back the other way. Jason, if you can kick off on this one.
Sure.
And I think it will be a brief answer. Is there a future for CSPs that do not transform their infrastructures ready for 5G?
No.
Succinct. Mustafa?
No.
Is it one word possible?
No.
Has to be no.
No.
Well, on that definitive bombshell, we should have to call it a night. I'd like to thank all my guests and everyone in the audience here in Los Angeles and everyone who's watching it online. Thanks to our sponsors as well for the evening, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise and Intel. We really love these panels and are very appreciative of your support. Caroline and Klaus and Jason and Mustafa and Mansour, thank you all very much indeed, and hope to see you again sometime soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.